So spiritual protection is very important. And I feel like this is something that anybody could use, even if you feel like you're good right now. But if you feel like you got negative energy and stuff around you, you definitely want to get into this. But even if you don't, you just want to keep it away from you, you definitely want to get into this as well. I'm all about spiritual protection in the house, you know what I'm saying? And when I go outside and stuff, if I'm going certain places, I definitely bring certain tools with me to keep myself spiritually protected. And I'm not talking about a gun or a knife, that's physically protected. I'm talking about spiritually protected, protecting my energy. Spirit means energy. I'm gonna keep saying that to take the mysticism out of it. So for me, and this is something that, and one of the things you have to learn is that because the power is inside of you, is that you can make up your own stuff, you know what I'm saying, and make whatever work for you. So even though I'm laying out these suggestions, you can come up with your own shit. Your spiritual protection might be 2 twigs that you found outside and that you just put your mind to, that if you just, put them in an X and staple it to your door, that this is going to keep bad energy away because it's in an X like this. So it's going to block the bad energy. You have to, when if your imagination is that strong, then make that shit work for you, because all the stuff in these books and stuff like that is just some shit that some nigga made up. It's not special. And once you realize that you could be making up your own stuff, that's only going to make it stronger, because you're the only one doing it. So there's not a lot of people who are using that same type of energy that it would take to do that, because they're not doing the same thing. You're making up your own thing, and the energy is just going straight to you for whatever purpose you're trying to, accomplish, which in this case is spiritual protection. So for me, action figures, you know what I'm saying? Because we have this close relationship with action figures and superheroes and stuff like that we don't necessarily have with the deities. Like, yes, you can get into this, but think about it. You were probably raised in religion, so you're not gonna, like, even though you get into this and you fall in love with Osiris and Yemenyan, these motherfuckers, that you still don't have the same type of relationship you have with them as you do with Goku, as you do with Naruto, as you do with your favorite anime, as you do with Avatar, as you do with Batman, as you do with Superman. You know what I'm saying? You probably already have a stronger image of that in your head, So what I would do is find the biggest, scariest, or toughest action figure that you resonate with, who was kicking ass. Find it and treat that shit like it's your bodyguard. So put it around your house. If all you got is a little room, keep that shit in your room. You know what I'm saying? Bring it with you. Put it in your purse. Keep it in your car. Keep one in your car. Keep it in your bag. You know what I'm saying? And bring it with you. And treat it like how when you were a kid, you talk to it and stuff like that. You want to talk to it and be like, yo, we going outside. Like, I know this might sound ridiculous, but when you getting into spiritual work, it don't sound like some shit that you just used to hearing, So that's how you know it's going to work. If it's sounding conventional, that shit ain't going to work. So you want to be talking to it like like it's really alive, because you're going to give it life by doing that. Pay attention to what I'm saying. You're going to be talking to it like it's really alive. Like, yo, Goku, I need you to be holding it down when I'm not here. You know what I'm saying? Don't let no negative energy in, which would be negative spirits. Spirit means energy. Don't let no negative energy in. If they come by, I trust you're going to kick their ass, stuff like that. Or Goku, I'm going outside. I'll put you in my bag. Let's bust moves. Keep me protected from negative energy. You know what I'm saying? That's one method that you could use. Next, yes, you can get into the deity figures, because they'll serve the same purpose as the action figures. It's basically a statue, just like the action figure is basically a statue. You can get into making like a deity altar. You can get into carrying the deities around with you. Like, you can have an Anubis, he's like a protector. You can use this book that I was just recommending in my last video, and you can look up protective deities and get pictures and stuff like that of them. Like, if you're Caribbean, you might resonate with, especially if you're Spanish, with, like, I believe it's Anaconda. That's like the Taíno warrior from DR. You can get pictures of her. You can find like Sekhmet or something like that. That's the Egyptian goddess. That's a warrior. You can get just people like that, you know, warrior type figures, and you can ask them and tell them you want protection. Again, this is not something in the sky. It's very similar to the action figure. It's just an energy. Because it's an energy, it can help you with energy protection, which is spiritual protection. All right, let me keep going. You know, from there, another thing you can do is like spiritual baths. So you can do that to cleanse your aura, and you can do that to strengthen your aura. So when you have holes in your aura, you make it easier to penetrate. You know what I'm saying? That's how a bad thought could get in. When you strengthen your aura and you keep your aura cleansed, you know what I'm saying, it makes it easier for you to be spiritual protected. You know, your aura is going to be like a bubble or a force field that's just naturally around you. And that's what's going to be helping you out to be protected. You know, it's going to be another enhancement that you have that just keeps the BS away. Your aura, and the brighter your aura is, the more naturally that good things are attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? So from there, you could also do like herbal cleansings and stuff like that. Sometimes you got to cleanse out the energy that's inside your body. So Jamaicans, we call it a washout, where you just take like some Senati or something, or you take like some whatever makes you take a shit a lot. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go on a fast or whatever, just to cleanse the inside of your body, go through cellular repair, stuff like that, have you heal from the inside. That's another way you can strengthen your aura and stuff. That's another way to get your mind back right, another way to recalibrate your system. You know, that's definitely one thing you want to do, as well as meditation. You know, meditation is very good with that as well, because it's going to help you center yourself, and it's going to help you bring you back to source. You know what I'm saying? So crystals are very good for spiritual protection, whether it be around the house, which you definitely should have them placed in certain areas, whether it be keeping some in the car, keeping some on you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be strategic with it. You know, most times when I'm traveling to certain areas, I definitely got my black crystals on me to protect me from that energy, especially if I know I have to go into like a store where I know the vibes is going to be low. There's a lot of dead energy laying around. People are stressed out. You know, the store is moving slow, so you know the vibration in there is low. I definitely got my black crystals on me for that protection. You know what I'm saying? I take all of my different black crystals, and I strategically take different crystals based on what my day might look like. You know what I'm saying? And this one right here, for tiger's eye, for strength and protection and stuff, I always got this on me. That's why it's on my necklace. You know what I'm saying? I plan on having necklaces and a bunch of crystals that correlate, you know, so there's just one way to easily keep it on you. That's another thing I highly suggest, because crystals are still inexpensive, and it's one of the definitely cheaper things you could do. All of these things are pretty cheap because herbs and stuff are still pretty inexpensive too. The most expensive thing on here might be the action figures, and even then that's not that expensive. You know what I'm saying? So the last thing I would say is beware of who and where you're going. You know, no, beware of who you're going around and where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one way you definitely can protect your energy. So you have to cleanse your space. You have to cleanse internally, and you got to cleanse your environment, and you got to cleanse a part of cleansing your environment is the people you're around and the places that you go. You know what I'm saying? Because that might be the invitation, that those people and places might be the invitation for bad energy to get to you. And what do I mean? It's like you could be hanging someone who always attracts a lot of drama, and that is what the invitation for bad energy to get to you is like. It's because you hanging with them, and all of a sudden you always get into situations where you always fighting, or you always, you know, getting into wild types of events that you didn't plan on or didn't want to be a part of. And you hanging with them is the invitation for that negative energy to get to you. So what you have to do is cleanse yourself from them niggas. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay away from them motherfuckers. And as hard as it might be, because it might be a long time friend or something, you gotta put yourself first. You know, so those are some of the even simpler things, because energy is contagious and we're magnetic beings. So we're around that negative energy. We're bringing that around with us. You know what I'm saying? And what does that look like, so it doesn't sound so mystified? So I mean, like, if you go with your friend who attracts drama, and then y'all get into an almost fight, And then that means if y'all getting into an almost fight, that means there was some sort of heated debate, discussion, argument, physical altercation that was going on, and now you at home like, man, blah, 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 and you all worked up. That's you bringing that energy with you into the house, and now that energy is into the house. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really looks like. When we say it like, oh, you're inviting negative energy, it just sounds so mystical. It's like, it sounds like something you can't really see, but that's what it literally looks like. So scenarios like that. So that's why you have to cleanse the people that you're around, and you got to cleanse where you're going around and stuff like too. So a good book that I definitely recommend, aside from making up your own shit, and I'm going to find some other books and leave them in the comments too, but this is one that I've personally used, is Spiritual Cleansings and Psychic Defenses by Robert Laramie. This is one of the more popular books, and one of the best things that you can do, first thing it went into, negative spaces and haunted places. You know what I'm saying? So you take something like this book, you know what I'm saying, and it'll tell you like prayers and different oils and herbs and crystals and stuff that you can get to do this type of stuff. It has like and then in the back it has like other books that's similar. Like right here has, this one is like unhexing and jinx removals. You know what I'm saying? So those are the type of books that you would be looking for. Like if you feel like someone is purposefully sending some bad energy or something your way, you know what I'm saying? You might want to get some. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, you might want to get some like black candles and some white candles. The black candles for protection, white candles for purity. So the white candle to purify your energy, the black candle to protect or to strengthen. So you would, yeah, he has even more in there. Like this one is all about spiritual baths. He has a couple spiritual baths in here, but this one will be all about spiritual baths. So what I would even suggest, which is what I kind of do, is that you take this as a reference point. So you can use it word for word, right? Bar for bar, you know. But you take this as a reference point and then make up your own shit. So it's like, okay, let me try to use an example for you. Let me find something in here. Alright, so this says protect yourself from a hex. You know what I'm saying? And it has the formula here to do it. So I'm not saying that you can't do this word for word, bar for bar. And I think this page right here is like a prayer. So I'm not saying you can't do it word for word or bar for bar in any of these books that you find. But what you would want to do, in my opinion, is look at this as a reference point and kind of just go make your own shit up. That's why the action figures are going to be stronger than the deities. Like, don't get me wrong, I still have like deities and stuff in the house. Like this right here, this is my man General Wu. You know what I'm saying? He's a Terracotta Warrior. The Terracotta Warriors used to protect the emperor in China, and I'm the emperor of this damn house. So I had to get the Terracotta Warriors so they could be protecting the emperor. You know what I'm saying? And they're all around the house, and they doing their damn job because there don't be no negative energy in here. You know what I'm saying? So the only negative energy that get in here is the one that I invite through my bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? So as far as, and you can tell he be going to battle because you can see his hands a little chipped up. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but my man's hands a little chipped up, so he be going to battle in here for me. You know what I'm saying? This General Wu right here. And next time I might make an updated version of this video with some more action figures, because I'm just, you know, eventually going to purchase them and put them all around too and do exactly what I'm saying I'm going to be doing. Have one in the car, have one in whatever little bag I'm carrying with me, you know, just to keep that spiritual protection. So I hope this video helps. I hope it resonates. I'll definitely update it and do another one, probably add more real life examples and stuff. But yeah, keep yourself protected, keep your spaces protected, protect yourself from certain people, and just, you know, try to keep yourself, your energy clean and pure, man, so you can vibrate as high as possible and attract and manifest positive things into your life.